Thinking about moving to Nashville, but you're worried that the only thing to do here is to go down to Broadway and hang out with the bachelorette parties? Today, we're gonna look at 20 of my favorite things to do here in Nashville, show you why Nashville is the perfect place to call home. We're gonna get started right now. This is your first time to my channel and you wanna know everything there is to know about eating, drinking, sleeping, working, playing, the good, the bad, the pretty, the ugly of living in Nashville, Tennessee, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit that notification so you are notified every time we put out new content so you can stay ahead of what's happening in the Nashville market. I'm Scott Hardesty, and as a real estate consultant, my team and I receive phone calls, texts, emails every single day from people just like you, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving tomorrow or next year, we would love to hear from you. Reach out, shoot us a text, email, phone call. Better yet, schedule a Zoom call with me so I can see your face. Would love to meet you. And yeah, we would love to help you make a smooth transition from wherever you are in the world right here to Nashville, Tennessee. So let's get started. 20 things that I love about this city. You're gonna get tired of Broadway very quickly. You may have come here for a bachelorette party and thought, man, I love this city. But I guarantee once you're here long enough, you're not gonna wanna go down to Broadway and hang out with all the tourists. It just gets super crowded, super packed, and you're gonna get bored of it easily. So let's talk about some other things to do. Some of these will include the area around Broadway downtown because it's still a fun place, even if you live here. So let's get started. Number one on the list, Country Music Hall of Fame. Now that is downtown, so you're kind of in that Broadway scene still, but it's a cool place to go if you like country music. Maybe you don't, maybe you do, but it's a good place to see just all the awards and everything about the people who created the country music buzz and everything about country music. Cool place to go. That's number one on the list. Number two, Tour the Ryman. Again, we're starting downtown. We're gonna get out of downtown, I promise, but the Ryman is such a beautiful building and the history around that space is awesome. You can take tours during the day and then go to a concert or a comedy show or something at night. It's an awesome place to go and check out and just to see just the impact that that's had on Nashville and the music scene here. All right, we're gonna stick with our music theme. Number three, go to the Amphitheatre. Again, we're starting downtown. This is right by the river, but it's an outside concert venue and it's awesome. I love going to this spot. You're right by the river, you're right downtown, so you can hang out downtown but go to a concert. And they have a great lineup of musicians that come through here. I've been to several concerts there and it's a great time every single time. So the Amphitheatre is a great spot to hear some of your favorite music. All right, number four, catch some live music at the Grand Ole Opry. Now this is outside of downtown now. The Ryman used to be called the Grand Ole Opry. They moved it out close to Opryland Hotel, but they have great musicians and great concerts there as well. And then so it's a great time, a fun space. The environment there is really good. So the Grand Ole Opry is another spot to check out some music. There's so many concerts and events happening here. It can be overwhelming, really. You really got to pay attention because you could miss some really good musicians and some of your favorite bands might come through and you don't even know about it if you're not paying attention. So keep up with who's coming into town and at different venues. But the Grand Ole Opry is a really cool place to go. I'm gonna keep this one inside number four. Check out a concert at the Bluebird Cafe. This is over in Green Hills, but the history of this place, it can be tough to get into because it's very small, very intimate space, but you've had people like Taylor Swift come through there, Garth Brooks. I went once where one of the writers for Garth Brooks was there and he was talking about some of the best songs that Garth Brooks has and the stories behind them. Really cool stuff. So, but that's a must do when you get here to Nashville. Number five, Adventure Science Center. This is a great spot for the whole family. Kids are gonna love it. You can go in and do science experiments. And they also have a planetarium. It's a 63-foot building that has obviously a planetarium show, laser shows, and of course they're gonna have concerts there sometimes as well throughout the year. So really good place to go, educational, but also fun. The kids will be entertained and you'll probably like it as well if you're into the science and planetariums and stuff like that. It's a pretty fun place. Okay, number six, let's get into some of the sports here. The Tennessee Titans, you can't go wrong if you're a football fan. It's just fun. I mean, the environment's good and they're gonna be building a new stadium And so that's going to be even better. They're going to be doing a lot of development around the stadium. So you'll have a lot of places to go right there. Right now it's, it's on the other side of the river from Broadway. There's not a ton of things to do around it right now, but they're committed to improving that space and making it even a more fun experience when you go there. So Tennessee Titans kind of struggling right now. Hopefully when you watch this, we're doing much better, but it's still a fun time. And the bad thing about that is that a lot of people love coming here. This is like if they're gonna go to an away game with their team, a lot of people pick Nashville as that away game just because people love coming to Nashville. So know that. We get a lot of the other people's fans there, but what are you gonna do? Okay, let's stick with a sports theme. Number 7 is going to be soccer. If you love soccer, we have a team now, and not only we've had a team for a couple years now, but we just got a new stadium, Geddes Park, and it's the largest soccer stadium in the country. If you're looking at just soccer stadiums, obviously if a team plays at an NFL stadium, those are going to be bigger, but for soccer, we have the biggest stadium, and it's a fun environment. We support our sports here. I mean, it's fun. We get made fun of for kind of having that SEC crazy loud football culture and bringing it to every sport that is around here. So when a sport team comes here, we show up for them. If you like soccer, the Nashville Soccer Club is a new MLS team here, and it's a lot of fun. So check that out. Don't want to miss it. Get you a season tickets. They're pretty reasonable still. So check that out. Number 8. Let's get into the baseball. We don't have a Major League Baseball team, but we do have a minor league team, the Sounds. They play at First Horizon Park, and it's a good time. This is what I like about it. So I love baseball, but not everyone does. When they built their new stadium a few years, it's probably 5 or 6 years ago now, when they built that stadium, they recognized that a lot of people don't like minor league baseball. So if you go to right field, they have a whole area of ping pong, cornhole, putt-putt, just a fun time. So even if you want to bring your family or whoever out and they don't really care much about baseball, you have other activities to do while you're there. Okay, number 9, we're going to stick with the sports. Nashville Preds. If you like hockey, we have it. This is what I was talking about, where we got made fun of for bringing that SEC culture to hockey. I guess everyone in hockey is all civilized. Fighting is normal in hockey, the only sport where that's normal. But we get made fun of for being so loud at hockey games. And that environment is the most fun you can have. When they made that playoff run, I went to a few of the games, and it was absolutely insane. The loudest sporting environment that I've ever been to. So if you like your hockey, the Preds are a great time. Bridgestone Arena is a really fun time too, downtown. But again, you're gonna have to get down there sometimes. It's still fun. All right, number 10, still in the sports world. You might not know about this one. Nashville Roller Girls. Roller derby at the fairgrounds. They get after it. I gotta be honest, I've never been, but it's on my list to go. I want to go see. I've never seen a roller derby, but it looks like it would be fun to watch. People just beating each other up as they're skating around a ring. I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know if I ever go. Once I go, I'll let you know how it is. But just know that that's available here too. Not as popular maybe as some of these other sports, but have it. Number 11 is another sports one. Nashville Super Speedway. We have a racetrack here. It's out in Lebanon, so it's a little bit out. If you go 40 east, it'll take you out to the racetrack, but we're getting some NASCAR races, and that took a long time to happen. That track has been out there for a while. They had some issues, and so nothing really happened for a long time, but now they're starting to have events there and races. So if you like the NASCAR, if you like racing, go there as well. The fairgrounds does have a track, and they do some of the like minor league version of racing. I'm not into racing as much, gotta be honest, but they do some there as well. But the big stuff, the NASCAR and all that stuff, go out to the Super Speedway, and they have some races there during the year. So pretty cool stuff. Right, number 12, you like the water, you like the sun, go rent a pontoon boat out at Priest Lake or Old Hickory Lake. We have 2 that are close by, and you can rent pontoon boats places. They also have boat clubs. If you don't have your own boat, you can join a boat club, but just renting a pontoon for the day is fun. And they have the ones that have slides and the double-decker pontoons. I mean, you're probably not supposed to have this many people out there, but I've seen like 20 people on those things. And then Percy Priest, but actually both lakes have places where people just go and tie up and hang out. So you can go and hang out with 50 other boats for the day and tie up with all of them and hang out. It's a really good time. I have a boat out at Percy Priest Lake, and I love getting out there. It's nice to have that place. Percy Priest also has Shipwreck Cove with a restaurant, and then they have live music out there on the water. Really good time. I know Old Hickory has a couple places like that as well, a few marinas. But if you like the water, we have two, and there's some outside of town too. There's Center Hill Lake, there's Timms Ford Lake that are a little further out. Those are really close to the city. It doesn't take that long to get there, so good choices for you if you want to get out on the water. Don't have your own boat, there's options for you. All right, number 13, we're gonna stick with the water theme, Nashville Shores. This is actually on Percy Priest Lake, and they have water slides, they have all kinds of stuff, just a water park there on the lake. So some of the stuff has pools and stuff obviously right there on the lake at Nashville Shores. Go for the day, hang out, let the kids go. They have lifeguards, and so you can let the kids go, do the slides, do the fun stuff there. Good time. They even have some kayaks you can rent to get out into the lake or swim. A swimming area in the lake as well. So good times, get out on the water when it's sunny outside. Number 14, sticking with the water theme, Soundwaves at Opryland Hotel. This has been here for a few years now, but it's an indoor water park. I gotta be honest with you, I have not been yet, but I've heard really good things about it. Great slides. They have the surfing inside, whatever you call it, on those little boards. It's a good time. My friends who have kids, when they take them there, they said they've had a great time. And honestly, I've had friends go who don't have kids, and they have a great time as well. So indoor water park, Soundwaves at Opryland Hotel is a great time. All right, number 15, we're getting out of the water phase now. The Parthenon. This is right off of West End, close to Vanderbilt University. It is a replica of the Parthenon in Athens, and it is really cool. You might not know this, but Nashville is called by some people the Athens of the South because we have so many universities, so much education here. Very smart here. I know you've heard otherwise, that people in the South aren't very smart, but we have a lot of universities, a lot of education. So you need to take that out of your mind there, that we're not educated down here. We are the Athens of the South, and the replica is really cool. You can take tours of it. Even just hanging out outside the Parthenon is a really good time. There's lots of parks and stuff around the Parthenon, and then they have volleyball courts and things like that you can play. There's leagues that happen there. So really good time. Definitely tour the Parthenon when you get here, if you're into that kind of educated thing. All right, number 16, Natchez Trace. You might not know about this. Honestly, I didn't know about it for a long time. No one really talked about it, but the Natchez Trace goes from Nashville all the way to Natchez, Mississippi, and stops all along the way. Historical markers. Andrew Jackson took the Natchez Trace to New Orleans for the War of 1812. So much history. I mean, it's been traveled for thousands of years, that trail. And so some of the older parts are still there, where it's, like old Natchez Trace, and you can see where it was traveled so much that it's like a big divot, big hole in the ground, where it was walked a lot, and really, really cool. But we like to go there for hikes. They have several hikes with waterfalls and beautiful area. It's quiet. I mean, if you like to ride your bike, the Natchez Trace, there's tons of people who take their bikes on that road. I don't know how you do it. I mean, this is so hilly. The people who do that are in much better shape than I am. But the Natchez Trace is something that you may not have heard about much. There's also a bridge with just beautiful views on the Natchez Trace. So great stuff, great trip if you want to go to Natchez. We've done the whole trail. We've stayed in Natchez and come back. I mean, it's an awesome time. If you like to hike, like to be outdoors, like history, check that out. Number 17, take a tour of Belle Meade Plantation. This is a beautiful plantation. They still do events there. They do weddings there, and it's a great time. You can take a tour of the entire space. They have wine tasting and things like that while you're there. It's a beautiful space. Lots of history around the plantation here in Nashville. So definitely check that out. But just a beautiful space. They've done a great job with it, so definitely check that out. Number 18, the Frist Museum. Told you we were educated here. We even have a museum. You want to check that out. They have great collections that come through here. And they're always doing something there. They have different events that happen at the Frist Museum. That one's right downtown, right on Broadway. Not in the middle of the craziness, a little outside the craziness. The Frist Museum is a really fun time. Sometimes they'll have things for the kids to go to as well. So great place to go. Okay, number 19, Nashville Zoo. You gotta go to the zoo if you come here, if you like the animals. I mean, they've done a really good job with this zoo. They're always creating new exhibits, bringing in new animals, and they do a really good job of having events throughout the year. So right now they're doing Zoolumination, where You can go at night and they have the whole place lit up. They have just all kinds of origami type stuff, and they redo it every year. So really cool space. And if you like animals, they have, you know, they have areas where you can walk and feed the kangaroos and things like that. So really fun time. Nashville Zoo, definitely check it out. Okay, number 20. We're gonna do another outside one for number 20, and that is Cheekwood. Cheekwood is west of town a little bit, but it is a beautiful area. They'll do events there all throughout the year. For Christmas, they'll put lights out. You can walk around and just check out all the lights. But there's just flowers and plants, and just it's a beautiful space to go to. They'll have events there where you can bring your dog, like bring your dog day, and just got tons of dogs walking around if you're a dog person. And we tried that. I got a little Yorkie. Did not do too well. He is not that friendly with other dogs, but it's a great place. We go there a couple times a year at least, but it's hard to even describe in words just how beautiful it is. But Cheekwood is a great place to go. So that's the 20 things that I would do in Nashville. When you get here, know that we're not just a Broadway town. We have a lot more to offer, and that's just 20 things. I mean, there's so much more. The food here, the hiking, the trails, and getting outside of Nashville, you go down to Chattanooga, beautiful. We're not that far from Gatlinburg, beautiful hiking, camping, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's a great place to be. So if you're thinking about moving to Nashville, think no further, make the move. It's a great spot. I love it here. There's no other place I'd rather be in the world. And if you have more questions about Nashville, again, feel free to reach out. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you next time on Nashville Life. Later.
Artlist.io